G'day, I'm John Millar. I'm the Managing Director for More Profit Less Time, and I've got the privilege to introduce you today to a good mate and colleague who's helped a lot of my clients, which is Kerry Rudd from Online Knowledge. How are you, mate?
I'm good, John. How are you?
Very good. Now, Kerry and his team at Online Knowledge, they specialise in helping accountants gain better traction with retention, selling additional products to their clients, and actually getting a lot more referrals through using online tools. So tell me a little bit more about what you do with your websites and your social media and how it all pulls together.
Okay, well, what we do is we produce an online marketing engine based around a website. So the site allows you to do email marketing, it allows you to do surveys, it allows you to do forms, and it has security access so that you can also run the site as a intranet where you have access, your staff have access, and your clients have a different set of access to information on your site. And that allows the accountant to engage with their clients on a whole different level compared to what they currently do out of a website that is just a flat electronic brochure.
Okay, so look, one of the things specifically that I know that you've done with another accounting client is taking care of the problem that most of accountants have, where during the tax time they're sitting down, they're spending an awful lot of time asking exactly the same questions rather than getting down and really helping with the client to grow their business. So tell us exactly what you did to solve that problem.
Well, what one of my accountants came to me and said, we have these issues where we spend a whole lot of time asking the questions to different clients, and as a consequence we spend time on the answers as opposed to being able to delve a bit deeper and work a bit closer with the clients. So we built some forms for each specific client, for each specific set of questions. The accountant emails that form to the client, he fills those in beforehand, and then the answers come back and the accountant gets a chance to review them before the person comes in, so they can actually spend quality time discussing the plan and the process as opposed to just asking specific metric-based questions.
Well, that's fantastic. So they're actually able to be more effective and still build quite well inside the practice. I guess one of the other things that I found really exciting about that is a lot of clients for a practice often know that they need a business plan, they know they need cash flow forecasts, profit forecasts, all those things their accountants do with them and look, generate some more billable revenue from, but they don't understand why. Whereas your tool talks about asking the questions to get the answers so that they go back and actually engage more often with their accountant.
That's right, and they also spend time because each of their clients gets a newsletter, and that newsletter is generated automatically by the back end. The accountant doesn't have to do anything, but a newsletter is sent out every month, month after month after month. And then what happens is clients look at particular things that they're interested in, and I've actually had an accountant who sent the newsletter to one of his clients. The client read something in the newsletter, knew that one of their friends was interested in that particular subject, forwarded the email, and now that client is now working with that particular account on that. So that client, from just sending out a newsletter, has added a new client.
Which is fantastic, because I mean the cost of acquisition and the purchase of that new client is so ridiculously low. That's incredible. So you're talking about good client engagement, getting more referrals, and let's face it, that's the most powerful way to get a client anyway. But then the opportunity to I guess highlight a lot of the other products and services that the practice does offer that not every client really knows about.
That's right. You can actually tailor your message to your clients and allow them to understand and engage better with your business because of the information that you can give them.
All right, so what you're saying, if I understand it correctly, is that if I've got somebody who is just an individual, I'm doing a personal tax return, they don't necessarily need to be receiving the same things about self-managed super funds or specific things that are actually within the business. Whereas an individual might be more interested in some of the changes recently with the education rebates and the baby bonuses and other things. So you're telling me that the clients can actually get what they need to know, not the stuff they don't.
That's correct. The newsletter covers all of those subjects. The accountant can then say, okay, that particular client was interested in this subject because he's got a metric to tell what he actually clicked on and what he read, what he looked at.
All right, so you're talking about, you work specifically with accountants to help them and their practices improve their online presence on their website, their engagement, retention, referral rate that they actually have with their clients. They sell more. They then have an opportunity to build it all together with a newsletter, work with their social media like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and really get the message out there and be seen to be far more. But tell me, how does that work with when someone does a Google search and says, I'm looking for an accountant in my particular area? How does that work?
Well, one of the things that we make sure all our accountant customers is that they own their Google business place. And we make sure we fill that with the right keywords for the subjects and links back to their new website, so that when somebody does a search for an accountant in a particular suburb, they get a really good response from Google Places.
Excellent. So, and Google Places is usually found on page 1, isn't it?
That's correct. And it's also free.
And it's free. Okay, so now you're talking about something that's going to get me seen more often on page 1, because no one goes past page 1.
Correct?
And it costs nothing.
That's correct.
Oh, I need to introduce you to more of my accounting clients as well. Kerry, I really appreciate the time that you've had today, and I've got to tell you, finding a tool that takes up little time, generates good profits, enables me to engage with my clients and get new ones. You'd be crazy not to talk to Kerry Rudd at an Online Knowledge. Take the opportunity to see him and watch your business and your practice grow. Thanks, Kerry.
Thanks, John.